Okay, so now we got to figure out where we're going to mount the gauge. All right, so I think what we got to do is we got to take it out from this thing, man. All right, let me take it out. I got the display out. All right, and it's going to mount something like that, like on the left there. Okay, just like that. I think it's perfect. As much to the, I guess, as much to the left as we can get it. All right. Yeah. Well, that looks good, guys. I like it. Okay, so let's go put the we'll go put the mounts on. Okay, so I'll show you how it is. Okay, let me show you how this works before I put it all together. So I've got half of it in there. So that's the whole unit right there. All right, so it's got the end part and then the two spacers. All right, so so we're basically just going to take most of this apart. All right, and then that's what you get. All right, and then these are the fasteners that come with it. I'm not 100% how it goes, but I think this part with the little cup in it goes in here, right? And then you're supposed to put the bracket like that, okay? And then it's supposed to clamp on the handlebar, but we're not going to do that, okay? And then what I do is I put the washer. I guess I put the washer out here, and then I put the bolt in there, all right? And it moves a little bit, all right? Probably going to want to put some Loctite on that. That's what I'm thinking. I hope this doesn't move at all while we're riding. We're going to have to clamp it on there pretty tight. I don't know how tight we can clamp it though. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me get the other one on there. And then, yeah, you can kind of see. Oh, yeah. So it's got to go through the other end. Oh, you know what? We can use this. We could use this as a template or to punch the holes through it on the other side. All right, sort of, kind of. I don't know, man. I don't know what that we're doing. Okay, anyway, let me get the other one on there. Okay, so there it is. All right, so I've got the mount on there, and it rises it a lot more than I thought it would. All right, it's way the fuck up there. All right, guys, is that okay? You know what, man? I don't remember what it looked like with the other gauge. Yeah, maybe we'll put it back on. That looks okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna just take all the spacers out. Maybe we can do that. I'm not sure. Let me take a look. Yeah, we're pretty close to where the bolts are. Yeah, so we gotta steer clear of where all the bolts are, for sure. Yeah, I think we need a little bit of a spacer so we can put the bolts in there. All right, because that bracket, it kind of gets in the way, so I kind of need to have a little spacing back there. Yeah, if I can get a thinner spacer, I'll be okay. Anyway, so let's go drill the holes in this bad boy. All right, so we got to make sure this thing is flush. All right, so I'm going to put it on there and then move it up and down until it's thing. Okay, that looks good. All right, and then we got to decide where we want it. All right, like I said, I want it all the way to the left as much as possible. All right, good thing the brake line isn't in the way. All right, right there looks pretty good to me. All right, so I'm gonna go get a, yeah, what I'm gonna get is a marker and then mark exactly where it's at, and then we'll use this to punch the holes through it. All right, to locate the holes when I put it back. Okay, but yeah, we kind of want it to look something like that, man. Let me get this ram ball mount out of the way, man. It's kind of in the way of everything. Okay, there's the marks I made. Alright, it was very difficult to get the pen in there and then hold it steady while I was marking it off. So I was only able to do the outsides of it. But all we got to do is get this guy. Alright, and then just stick it in here. See, and it lines up perfectly. And then we just mark it. Alright, so let's go take it back out. Alright, I'm going to take it back out, and then I'm going to take some of the spacers out. I'm gonna not make it. It depends how big the heads are for these. So I think this is the bolt for it. The head is like it's got to be at least a little bit bigger than that. All right, and the spacers are bigger than that. so we can probably cut the spacer in half. So that's what I might do. I feel like I want to get it inside the cowl. Okay, so like I said, it provides a protection for the screen. Also, it adds like a shade for the screen too, so like the sun's not hitting it. You can see it easier when it's sunny. Okay, so I'm gonna go take it back out, and then we'll go poke some holes in it, and then hopefully that'll be it. All right. Okay, I got it out. So I'm gonna use the punch to make a dimple on here. All right, and I've got it I've got it lined up pretty good. I think that's how we want it. Hopefully that's pretty close. All right, I'm gonna try to punch it without moving. Okay, there's one. It's kind of difficult. Okay. Alright, I got the two dimples in there. I'm gonna go move this to the other side, and I'll flip it or something. I think it's symmetrical, man. It only the other one is the one that's different. Oh boy, this one is not very nice. I hope we got it right. But if I line the edges up, it'll work. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, there's some kind of problems too, and I'll mention it. That's why we need the riser. Okay, I think that's good. If we're off a little bit, we can just slot it. It's fine. Yeah, it looks like it's a little crooked, but maybe that's how it's got to be. I don't know. That's okay. Try to punch this. I know, right? Yeah, like I said, we could just make the holes bigger if it doesn't fit. Okay. Ah, crack! It's hard because it wants to move. Okay, so I think that's good. Hopefully, this will find out. All right, I'm gonna go drill that. Go find out what drill we need. Okay, it looks like a 1/8 is what we need. Okay, I'll drill it where those dimples are. Okay, I'm gonna take this thing back apart. Okay, we're gonna install a smaller spacer too. So I'm gonna take it out anyways. Right. Okay, so I've determined that 3 washers is what we're gonna need. All right, so we're gonna use 3 washers instead of that one big spacer. So the head is 2 washers. All right, but I want a little bit more space than that. Okay, I don't know. We could try 2 first. All right, the head is exactly 2 washers. All right, so I'm gonna need 3 times 2. So I'm gonna need 6 of them. All right, 9 if I have 3. So, but let's try the 2 first. I want to make it as low as possible. Okay. Okay. Hopefully the holes are pretty close to where they should be. It's really easy to work with this material, though. It's plastic. So. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's the 4 holes. Okay, we can always go back to our make our own bracket type of thing, all right? But this is really close to there. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the holes are good. The bolts fit in all of them. All right, let's go see if it fits. Okay, guys, I got a 3 of 4. Okay, this one I kind of fudged it a little bit. I kind of twisted the mount a little bit. Could I do that with this? I kind of can, but okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slot that up a little bit. Okay, so I'll take it back out, slot it up a little bit, and then I think we'll be good. It kind of goes in, but it kind of gone at a weird angle, so I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Another thing I realized is we should probably put washers on this too. So we'll do that. We'll put washers, and I'll Loctite it on there. Okay. Let's just get the drill, stick it in there, and then move it up. Is it doing anything? Okay, I think that's good, man. I did not want to cut in there. It's really slippery material. There you go, guys. I got it. All right. man, that bolt is going to be really hard to get in, alright? So, I don't know how the hell we're going to put this on there with this on there. I think we got to put the dash on the mount first, and then mount this on there, okay? But there you go. I think that's good, alright? And you can also use this to route the wire. So, I'm definitely going to route this one through this way, because that's where this one's got to go. This one I'm not sure, but this one you can go in and out like easily. So I can make it go out the bottom or right or down. So for now we'll leave it like that. This one will easily go in there. So okay, this one you can't. Okay, you got to take it back out. All right, so I'm gonna reassemble everything. All right, guys. All right, I knew things were going too smoothly, guys. Okay, so there I got the new hardware on there. We got the 2 washers in there. Alright, and it's still kind of squishy. It still moves a bit. That's good. Alright, so when I put this on here, I can only get to the top 2 bolts. I can't get to the bottom bolts because they're covered by this, okay? And if I bolt this on, I won't be able to tighten this. At least this one I won't be able to tighten. Okay, this is what I'm trying to do, is I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to flip this so the nut is on this side, so I can just use a wrench to tighten it for this one, and then we'll have the Allen head right here, okay? And then that should let us put this on while this is on here, okay? So okay, this one is okay. This one is really close. Oh yeah, the other thing is I can't reach the other one, so we have to mount this before we put it on here. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do, guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna flip this. I'll probably get a different head for this one. I only put these button heads because they look pretty looking, but you're not gonna be able to see them anyway. So, all right, maybe I'll leave with a 1 button head right here. All right, all right. So yeah, I will try to figure this puzzle out. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm finishing up the final bolts. All right, so it is difficult to get together. All right, there's so much stuff going on with this. All right, guys. So there's 2. Oh, you know what? I didn't realize is that the whatchamacallit, the grommets, they act as spacers too. All right, so we didn't really need them. There's plenty of space. Maybe I can make it even lower. I can try that, or I can just try not having the spacers at all. Yeah, let's try that. Let me just take this. Let me just take these washers out and see if everything fits. All right, because you see, look, if you look in there, all right, guys. Yeah, if you look in there, see the little bolts. There's still plenty of room. There's like 2. You can put like 2 of those bolt heads in there. So I'm gonna try taking. I'm just gonna take the spacers out, and maybe we don't need them. Okay, so okay, guys, and the magic number is one washer. Okay, guys. So now there's no washers in there, and the bolts are touching this guy. Okay, and now it still flexes a little bit. It flexes on the up axis, but not on the down. Yeah, because it's hitting the bolts. All right, so I'm gonna go add 1 washer. All right, that's it. All right, and final answer. Okay, and then I might add another a washer and a split lock washer to this. Okay, so all right, there you have it, guys. That is the completed dealie. All right, so we've got a nut. The nuts on this side on this one, and then the bolts on this side on this one. All right, so and it's flip flop, right? So I use the thicker ones, all right, because we don't care what they look like. Those are the bolts right there. One thing I thought we could do is just drill a hole in this so we can access the bolt behind there, but that's okay. Yeah, we'd have to drill it like really close to this thing, man. This thing looks like it's hard to drill too. Looks like it's made out of stainless steel or something. Yeah, there it is. So it flexes up and down. All right, it still hits the bolt a little bit, but not too bad. All right. So one washer was good, okay, and then yeah, we'll probably put here. I'll probably put another set of washers and locking nut, all right, because we don't want this thing to come apart on the trail, right? Okay, and I think that's good. All right, we're done. Let's go put it back on the bike, and then the next thing we got to do is install the gauge holder. All right, I mean the battery monitor. All right, okay. Ta-da! There it is. All right, guys, I did it. All right. It's a little crooked, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? I might be able to like just loosen all the bolts and then shift it a little bit and then tighten the bolts and it'll align it. But it looks good. That's great. Look at that. That's exactly how I wanted it. All right, and then you can still swivel it down. You could swivel it up. All right. I would just have it like how it was before. Okay. just like that. All right, and it's got a little bit of a shade. I kind of wanted it a little bit more in there, all right, guys, but that's fine. All right, the brake line's not going to get in the way of it. I think it'll work fine. All right. So when we put it in there for good, Hades Omega will goop up all the bolts with Loctite. All right, to make sure it don't fall out. All right, because the last thing I want is this display to come out while I'm racing. All right, believe me, it's happened before, man. It's awful. Okay. So what's next? Is the battery gauge. All right, so we're going to try to install this one, but that'll be in the next video. All right, guys. So it's going to go something like that. Maybe I don't even need to, maybe I can just mount it with like a thing. Maybe I could just mount it with a double-sided tape. We could do that. So I'm thinking, so it'll kind of, because see how this one sticks up a lot? Maybe we can just use a double-sided tape, and then I'll just drill a hole for the for this. All right, for the what is it called? For the power cord for this. All right, the pigtail. We'll just drill a hole there, and then just and then we'll put a double-sided tape on it. All right. I don't know if the double-sided tape will stick to this though, so that's a good question. That or we could just do what I originally planned, is just we'll cut a square into there, and then we'll stick this, we'll surface mount it, all right? We could do that. So it'll just pop in there, all right? It could even be behind the gauge a little bit too. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's for the next video, all right, guys? But we're finally done mounting the display. All right, it looks like this is fine right here. All right, this will be here. All right, it's gonna be sitting on top of this, and then it's gonna be on the handlebar. This one, I think I'm gonna route it back through the mount, and then I'm gonna have it go straight down into this thing right here. Or maybe we can go right, because all the wires go to the right, right? So maybe we can just have it come out to the right, and then we'll just have it go straight down, and then connect to the connector, right? Wherever that right here to this one right here. Or we can just go through the middle. I think the middle is fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. All right, yeah, it's a little crooked. I might be able to rotate it a little bit somehow. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, but as it stands, it'll only swivel up and down. It won't rotate. All right, but that's okay. If it's a little crooked, I don't mind. All right, but I will see if I can. I'll see if I can loosen the bolts and then like reclock it and then tighten it again and see if it'll thing. All right, but that's okay. That'll work. It'll work. All right, that's all that matters. All right, and it's clear, the brake line and everything. All right, it's a little higher than I wanted, guys. Honestly, I wanted it to be half as high. Let me look. Where's my bracket? Okay, this is what I was proposing that we use first. All right, so this is going to be like this. Yeah, this one would have been lower. It would have been a little bit lower. It would have been like, check it out. Okay, yeah, it'll be like a few millimeters lower, maybe like 5 millimeters. So yeah, this might have been a better idea. All right, so we could have used that. But I like this because we're using something that, you know, we're making use of something that we weren't going to use. So I kind of rather, and also this allows it to swivel. All right, but I don't really need it to swivel. All I need is just to look straight up. All right, so I think this would have turned out better, guys. To tell you the truth, all right. But we'll see how this turns out. All right, if I like it. All right. This one, if we didn't cut this, the sides here, it would just stay fixed all the time. I have a feeling that this is going to bounce up and down, and it might loosen the bolts or something. So we'll put a lot of Loctite on it, and we'll tighten it a whole lot when we got it how we want it. Okay. But yeah, okay, so in the next video, we're going to try to install this guy, okay? The D-Rock battery meter, all right? And then yeah, so I think we're going to hook it up to the battery leads and stuff. Oh, no, what we're gonna do is hook it up to the switch, all right? That's what we're going to do. So we'll have a little tap here. But anyway, that's in the next video, all right, guys? I'll go over it. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it is. All right, we've got a gauge now. All right, like I said, I kind of wish it was a little farther back, but I think I can work with that. Okay, I think that is good. All right, I'm pretty happy with how that is. All right, so So there it is. Okay, thanks for watching. Hey, Big Out. In the next video, we'll install the battery meter.